Thank you, James, for your time. Uh, we have a couple of questions from media. Your first IPL. Tell us about your experience so far with Mumbai Indians.
Yeah, it's my first time I've played in the IPL. I was picked up in 2011 by Kolkata, but didn't play. But yeah, so it's the first time that I've played and been part of it. It's been fantastic. Mumbai Indians have been really good. Obviously, I was a late call up to come over here, and they've really welcomed me, really looked after me, and I've just been happy to be able to play and play my part to hopefully keep winning some games. We're 4-2 at the moment, so hopefully we can keep the winning run going.
Good. You have replaced Malinga at Mumbai Indians. Is it a big shoes to fill? And what was going on in your mind when you were approached?
So I was obviously disappointed for Malinga not to be able to come out here this year. It was awesome to be able to replace such a great player, and obviously coming over in replacement for one of the best, or probably one of the best T20 bowlers and the highest wicket taker ever in IPL is big shoes to fill. So I probably thought that I would never do that, but it's just good to be able to play my part. Obviously we've got two really good white ball bowlers in Jasprit and Trent. So it's just nice to play a sort of backseat role to them, and just try and help out the team as much as I can.
Okay. The next question is related to, as you mentioned, James, Jasprit and Trent. Give us some experience about opening the bowling with Trent Bolt.
Yeah, look, I think that's the greatest thing about the IPL now. You get given great opportunities that you probably wouldn't experience without it. You get to open the bowling with someone who plays for another country, who's one of the best bowlers in world cricket. So it's a great experience for me, and something that I pinch myself about. Not just open with him, but then obviously bowl in tandem with Bum, who is probably the best T20 bowler in the world. So I'm very lucky to be able to bowl in such great company. So it's just something that I'm really relishing at the moment, and hopefully it can continue.
Of course, you three have been very impressive for Mumbai Indians. If you could give us one thing you have picked up from Trent and Jasprit.
I just think it's the planning, I think, that goes into it. Before the games, we plan and work out our fields and different set plans to different batters and stuff like that, and just about executing that. And I think the confidence that they have really rubs off on you. They go into games, especially Trent and Bum, they have great confidence in their ability, and you just see that the way they go about things. So for me, it's great to sort of have that rub off, and you go into games with confidence and knowing you're surrounded by world-class bowlers, not just the seamers, but the spinners have been fantastic. Rahul and KP have been fantastic as well, and then Polly chiming in. So obviously it's still early in the tournament. It's only 6 games gone, so I think we've also got to remember that there's still a long way to go. So the job's not done yet. We're almost halfway, but we've got to keep putting the foot on the pedal and keeping the pressure on.
Right. Going for the next match tomorrow, we have against Delhi, and they have some of the power hitters on the top. What will be your plan to contain? Would you go to contain the run flow or go for the wickets?
Look, I think it's the good thing about our bowling attack. We've got probably a combination of those traits. There's people who contain the run rate. There's players that attack and take wickets. So I think we've got a great combination there. I think with a team like that, sometimes it is hard to stop them. They've got a wonderful batting lineup, similar to ours as well. So it should be made for a really good game. But I think it's all about trying to limit the damage on both sides of the wickets. I think in T20 cricket. So you set your fields and try to bowl accordingly, whatever that might be, and always trying to think ahead of the batter and not being predictable. So one of the big things for us is trying to plan really well and execute that. So we've managed to work really well with that. So I think we'll continue to plan well and try and execute in the game. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but all you can do is try your best.
Right. This is related to about your surgery in 2017. How difficult was that phase from the rehab to staying focused? And did you ever had a doubt that you would be able to come back and play at the highest level again?
Yeah, look, it was a really difficult time. I think, I think it was the fourth time I had a stress fracture in the same area of my back. So that was why we decided to go down the route of surgery. It was sort of like a last resort sort of thing. And, it's obviously, there's a fair bit of anxiety around when you're going down that path, because, if it doesn't turn out well, then that's probably, your career done. So, I always kept optimistic that it would work. Really lucky to have been in close contact with Shane Bond, who had the same surgery. He was actually the first guy to have that type of surgery, and things fall into place. He's actually the bowling coach here now, so things always fall into place. So it's great just to, I was getting feedback off him on how I was feeling after the surgery, and I was, some days I'd wake up and I could hardly walk, but he assured me that was all part of it, and you get better, and I have slowly over the last few years I've gradually got better and better, and now I'm feeling really good. I think it's probably another sort of maybe a year before it's fully trusting it. When you go through something like that with setbacks, it takes a while to trust it, and you get other little niggles as well, and you sort of wonder what that is, but you just try and work through it, and keep an open mind, and trying to be really optimistic about it all.
Right. The last one. How far have you had to go from your usual bowling to plan your success in UAE? What has worked best so far?
I suppose obviously it was tough because I was coming off, we were in Victoria and we were in lockdown, so we didn't have a lot of training during the pre-season. I hadn't played any cricket since sort of March or April, so I think the lucky thing was that most of my training was done with a white ball in the pre-season, so that really helped me coming over here. Although it's probably different conditions. It was about 7 degrees in Victoria, and coming over here and it's about 40, so I had to adjust to that. So I think probably the biggest thing is helped is just keeping it really simple. Trying to hit the stumps, top of the stumps, and lucky enough I was able to work on a few change ups in the pre-season. So for that sake, it was good that I was able to do that and come over here and just try to keep things pretty simple.